Okay, continuing the Maimer, the Shilas, loving called Zeh to understand all the aforementioned, all the Shilas, and again, Yisro. The questions were again, briefly. Yankee, you're muted. Can't hear you. Are you saying the questions? So I can't hear you.
Just trying to remember right now.
Look at the Maimer.
I'm opening it. It's not in order, but why are we focusing that Yisro was greater than Moishe by saying that he was his father-in-law?
Okay.
Um,
Dikakasha. At the end. Okay, just ask the questions, yeah. So that wasn't the question. That's a detail in the question. That makes the question that he's asking stronger. It's not the Shaila per se.
opening the Mimer.
The question is, since he's greater than Moishe, why are we stressing that he was a priest? Probably the Zoda.
Right.
Kayin Midian. That's the question. Further questions? Further questions? It comes out at the end of the three things that the Pasuk is saying. Vayishma is, Rashi says, Kriyas Yamsov. Then the Pasuk says that all which the Abisha did to Moshe and the Yidden, that's not Yitzias Mitzrayim, because the Pasuk goes on to say Yitzias Mitzrayim. So there's Yitzias Mitzrayim number 3, and something, all that Hashem did to Moshe and the Yidden, which at this point they don't know what that means, if it doesn't mean Yitzias Mitzrayim. And yet obviously it isn't, because the Torah separates the two. These are the basic questions. And so at the end is, what are the three inyonim? And the main question really is the last question from the Zohar. The Zohar says that Matan Torah could only happen as a result of Yisro is acknowledging that God is God. God is the true God. So why it's just very strange that Matan Torah depends on Yisro's acknowledgement. The Zohar is very clear that when he said these words, when he came to recognition, so then said the Zohar, God's glory was glorified in above and below, and then after that, Eibishter gave the Torah. Which makes it sound like, and that doesn't change, that the giving of the Torah is dependent on Yisro. Kayin Midyan. Okay, these were the very strong questions. To understand all of the above, you have to understand first the Chiddush Matan. We started this already. Yes? Huh? Yeah. So because it was Torah before, before creation, which means it's linked to creation. More than that, it was actually studied. That's what we're up to. We're tracing here how Torah was learned and its presence before Matan Torah. This is but the number 9 in the text. It says in Medesh Inyan, Livet HaTorah, Seder Ibur. So learning Torah, the secret of the making the calendar, adjusting this, the lunar and the solar, the Ibur. Kvarhoye Eitzel Adam Marishat. Adam Rishon was given this knowledge of whom and he gave it to the subsequent generations. So there was Torah before, but Prat is in more detail. Eden learned Torah. Kiddush be Gemara, like it says in Gemara. Noisel Mavur Pekid Beloza Shem. In addition to what you said in Pekid Beloza, that was passed down from Adam to Chanoich, etc. Shavrom Zokin v'Yeshe b'Yeshiva. Says in the Gemara that Avraham was an elder and he sat and learned. Yitzchak Zokin v'Yeshe b'Yeshiva. Yaakov Zokin v'Yeshe b'Yeshiva. And they bring all the Reis from the Psukim that they all sat and learned in Yeshiva. And Me'olam, another quote. I think it's the same Gemara. And Yidden never stopped learning, even Mitzrayim. Shevet Levi was still learning Torah. And Amram had a special Limidat Torah Sharit Stav of Mitzrayim, mitzvahs Yiseiris. In Mitzrayim they got extra mitzvahs. Kedesh HaChodesh and so on. And by Moishe there was Limudat Torah, not just as his Amram's son, but now was a whole new level of learning. Yisro, as a Jewish leader, to the extent that his learning was such. How old is he when he left? Not just 70, which is a shleimus of the 7 midas. Says the pasuk that a man's years are 70, but by reason of strength, shmoinim. And he was 80 when he learned Torah, so he had enough gevurah of Torah. Sure, b'shas matan Torah, Moishe ben shmoinim shonim, matan Torah, he was 80, so he had the mile of gevurah. V'im ken deresh biur, it's testing, gedushim in Torah. So deresh biur, ma'ach gedushim matan Torah, so what's the news of matan Torah? We need the phone now, mamish. What? Oh, that's okay. So what's the Chiddush in Matan Torah? It seems to me he doesn't just question, he doesn't ask a question like it's asked usually, what's the Chiddush since we had Torah before? No, the phrase is the Chiddush is the hemshech of the question. So what's the Chiddush in Matan Torah that we needed a new introduction, and that is Yisro's Haidah. That makes the question on Yisro's acknowledgement of God greater. It's something novel, it's very nice. But what did it accomplish anyway since there was Torah around? Usually the question is, what did Matan Torah accomplish since Torah was around before? Here the question, and the one's question is, why do we need some special new hachana when it was present already? Yes, clear the distinction here. Chaim from Eretz Yisrael, Erev Shabbos. Huh?
A view.
Give us a view.
So the question is, what did Yisro do? Like, basically, Yisro triggered.
Yeah, why does that? It's the trigger. Why? Brought down in Medrash before Matan Torah, there was a decree that separated heaven and earth. The upper shouldn't descend and the lower should not ascend. Matan Torah, and this Matan Torah, the decree was nullified. Why is that? Why was the separation? Because lifting Matan Torah, before Matan Torah was the revelation of Torah, as opposed to its essence. And there is this aspect of Torah. Torah is light. And therefore, since Torah is Oir, well, there's no Oir in this world. This is a world of darkness. But the Chiddush in Matan Torah is that the essence of Torah was revealed, hide in revelation, hide in illuminations. Pchinas, the level of it says in Pasuk, Yoshes Choshech Sisroi, he places his secret in darkness. That's not Giloyim, the essence. Ad latzmus mehusi is baruch, that the essence of was revealed of Torah, including the essence of the Eibishter. That's the big chiddush of Matan Torah, and because its essence, therefore, it can be revealed and be present here as well. Now we'll explain it. Bira inyan Yuvan b'mashas baliyah b'mamorim ha'koidmim. Understand, the first prefacing was explained in the previous Maimorim. The Maimorim of Yitro BASI LeGani, the Maimor of Arba Rosh Hashanah of Tu B'Shvat. It's explained there. Tchilas kol Seder Ishtalshel, so he said the Tzimtzum. So the whole Seder Ishtalshel begins with Tzimtzum, not on the classic Tzimtzum Barishan, as explained in Eitz Chaim, but we explained in the Maimorim v'oid Shagam Oishef that Tzimtzum. Even the highest revelations before the blig vol in a bishviloy, it's at least gamking in that tzimtzum. There had to be a tzimtzum to go from where? From the oir hablig vol mamish to the oir which is called mamala makim macholol, which has a relation to gvul. So that's a tzimtzum there. But more than that was the chiddush of the maimer. That clear? From true blig vol to relative blig vol is a tzimtzum. V'ad shegam in the hachiyadisha. Now the Rebbe says, spells it out. The very first expression of Atzmus. Miyad li'achrei Atzmus is barak v'yochel, immediately following, as it were, the Eibishter himself. Kama sheshayich leiming is how can we say after, before, Zman, level. We're using these terms as much as possible as they can be applied with all their inherent limitation. What's the first expression of Atmos? Is not Giloi but Gvul, not Bligvul but Gvul, not Oid but Helem, Tzimtzum. Hamshachosei, his drawing out, also through, and three dargas there. Again, Mo'oid, Yecheles, and then Mo'oid, and then Etzem Mo'oid. It's all within him. It's not his havus. It's not Yeshma'ayin. This is the Eibishter Kavayochol contracting himself. Ava deichekes es abasa. Love presses the flesh, as it were. Bringing from the Gemara. So that's what we explained in the previous time. And this is what it says in the Chazal say. In Pikei de Beloza, Ad Shanivre Ha'olam, before the world is created, Hayahu Ushmai Bilvad. So before creation, there's already a hin of tzimtzum. There's hu and ishmai. That's before the whole process of creation. The gam kadesha in shal hu ushmai bilvad, even to have this inyan of he and his name alone. So to have the inyan of shmai, he's not being called by anything yet, but there is the inyan of shmai. So the inyan. That itself is God's contracting himself, that he should have a name that will be referred to. So this was all what said Rabbi. And the Chiddush in Matan Torah is that before the very first Tzimtzum, there was in Atzmos Kavayochel. Prior to Hu Ushmai, prior to Yechelis and Moed and Erakol b'Moed, Atzmos Mamesh is drawn down, is Nimshech, where here betachtoinim. The beginning Yoshes Cheshech Sistoy, the level where there's no Gilo yet all, no Oir at all. He places his secrecy in darkness. This is Nimshech Lamata. Shloimar, this is the meaning of the pasuk. This is the Rebbe's Chiddush. It doesn't say anywhere in Chassidus that we say in Ma'ariv. He rolls away the light in the face of darkness. Darkness descends night, and then in the morning, he rolls the darkness away to make room, as it were, for the light. Yeah, that's Pasha the Pshat. So what's the meaning? It's explaining Chassidus. What does it mean? He rolls away the light. Hashem removes, that's a silik, he removes his great light that precedes the tzimtzum, because the tzimtzum eclipses it. And then what's the next statement? And then removes the tzimtzum, that's the kav. The kav, the line, the beam of godliness that he projects after the tzimtzum. That's how it's brought where Bechlal and Chassidus. Clear? Someone say it back. What's the taich? What's the pasha of the taich? And what's the taich Chassidus? You're all muted, folks, except for Yossi sitting right in front of me here. Psach pichem. No, pasha the taich and the Ma'ariv. No.
Taich is it's when the day and night. When Hashem changes from day and night, and
Well, translate.
that he takes away the light of day.
The girl is not takes away.
He rolls away,
Yeah.
and he rolls away the light of day to make the night,
And then rolls away.
and then he rolls away the darkness of the night to bring the day.
So what does Chassidus explain?
That he rolls,
Is what?
that he's mitzamtzem the ar.
The oil we're talking about is what?
Is mitzamtzem.
What oil are we talking about? The oil if
Ar l'fnei tzimtzum. Ar l'fnei
Then
tzimtzum.
comes
He
the
rolls it
tzimtzum.
away with a tzimtzum, and
That's
then
the
comes,
tzimtzum Rishon, Sidik
Yeah.
oil gold the lelatzat. He
And then he
rolled away his great light to the side, says the Eitz Chaim.
yeah,
And Chayshach.
then is that he now the kav comes through the tzimtzum, meaning
Use some English words.
the
Only English.
the kav, the vector. It's still a abstract word.
He projects a beam of divine light.
Okay,
Needs to be explained, but there's a pasha in English. In and through the tzimtzum. And this beam, this projection, is the ladder of divinity that then forms all Seder Shtalshalus.
Didn't talk to English.
Beam. Now the taich, the Rebbe's taich, a chiddush, a gewaldige chiddush. Something to think about. You say, you have mind. Till now you're thinking about the first taich, the taich chiddush, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So now you're going to think about what the Rebbe said. Bashas Yisro and Tavshim Memhei. Yeah, what are you going to think about? But more than that is being conveyed here in this Maimah Chazal. That he rolls away the light in the face of the Chayshech. That the light itself, new taich, not rolls away, rolls out. Rolls out. The light itself, the highest, darkest of revelation, emerged from where? The mocker is the Chayshech. Yoshes Chayshech Sisroi, which is why his first expression is Tzimtzum Dafke. Keichagvul. Pchinas Yoshes Chayshech Sisroi again. Someone translate those words? He's going to repeat it again and again. Yoshes Chayshech Sisroi.
He places his secrets in darkness.
His secrets? Secrets in the plural? How many secrets are there?
Secret.
Secret Atzmos. Him. Sisroi. He places it where? In darkness.
So saying the
Goylel means rolls out now. Goylel oir mipnei chayshech. The oir emerges. What's the first expression of Atzmos? Is dafke chayshech.
But that doesn't
That's the tzimtzum kavayochl in atzmos.
But it doesn't contradict the.
That's the oitzer, huh? Huh?
This is what we explained in Basar.
He's saying the behem just yeah. You be the Indian, Apiash's burb, my body, my kaidmim. This is all the hemshech, huh? Yeah. You have I'm not saying you're not saying. I'm not saying you're not saying. I'm not saying. I'm not saying. We're all saying. Was sagst du, Yankee?
We were saying for the first pirshal. I mean, in
Different.
Bechlal of the Chaim. Now we're saying the tzimtzum is of the ar shelfnei hatzimtzum, so it kind of contradicts the seder.
Then you say
The girl Arbnei Cheshach. We're saying that the simple pshat.
yeah, we're going deeper. It's a new touch.
Right, but I'm saying geographically it feels.
No, that's just walk it through. Geile Pnei Cheshach is the emerges from what? From the Yoshas Cheshach Yisro, and then Cheshach Mipnei Oir. Yeah, now that there's Oir, now the Tzimtzum. That's the classic Tzimtzum. That's now the second vote is the classic Tzimtzum, and the Oir here. No, let's walk it through. The Cheshach is the Oir emerges from the Tzimtzum.
That's the second shot.
Wait a minute. No, the Cheshach is that the first expression is the Cheshach, and there is wrote out the union of Giluyim. That is the Oir, a bligvul mamish, which is before the Oir lifnei tzimtzum. And then you need a tzimtzum there in order to get to the Oir, which is mamal the makom acholol. We won't even get to the Oir mamal makom acholol. In this taich, we're going to the mamish, the origins of the bria of the Oir Bligvul before the Oir, which is with the narrative of the Eitz Chaim doesn't even start here.
Okay.
He picks up after here.
Okay. So that R is already.
It's not a steer, it's a new time. It just shifting. Till now, we explained this might have with Eitz Chaim picks up the narrative, and here we're giving you 2 steps before.
Right. In the second pshat, in the deeper pshat, this R, like that, by the Eitz Chaim, is already emerging after the Cheshach that we're discussing now.
You know, just who are you talking about? In which pshat?
Saying in this.
And the beer we're getting now. Finish the sentence.
No, we start from the Eitz Chaim. In that pshat, that R.
Eitz Chaim is
that's what I'm saying.
After Tfilas Ma'ariv, you'll think about the Eitz Chaim. Or maybe after Krishma. Here in this type, is taking us to the primal steps of creation before even the Eitz Chaim begins the whole process of the tzimtzum of the Silika God, the tzimtzum barish. Yes, that what you're saying or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we're on the same page. We are.
Yeah.
Okay, homework. Everyone's going to write this to me privately. A private push it, just the taich of good the Cheshav Nayer B'chalal in Chassidus, and the Yesh Loimer that be a made dike taich that we get in this mimer that. What's that? I fear he answers you then. Yeah, I'm serious. Send it to me. It's a few sentences using pure English. You could use the word tzimtzum there. Okay. Gentlemen on the Zoom, are we clear or not? Or I should make no. Loy mamish.
Now you're gonna make me write it. Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
The geography is not complicated.
I know. I get it.
And the hasbara we had for the weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. The hasbara. Okay, I won't have time today, and I'm gone. Mitzvah Shabbos, we're gone. Be'ezrat Hashem, only back in MTC next a week from Tuesday. But Nashach to give the Albinet Yisro, but Levi will give the shiurim. But I will send. I'll write this up, but I'll type it. It doesn't need a graph. I'll type it and then put it in the WhatsApp. Everybody. Push it.
gave us homework, now you have your own.
Now I got homework. Maybe a graph. Girl, I'll write it down, and then Chassidus Taich, Bachlal, Memhe Taich. We'll see. It's got to be what. See how to do it. So it should be the clearest way possible. Okay. 1 second. Chaim, what time is it by you?
1:30.
Where are you, Shabbos and Yerushalayim? Where are you? Oh, Shabbos in Jerusalem.
Very good Shabbos. Speak to you guys. Thank you very much.
No, gotta go further. Okay, goodbye. No.
No. If you're going further, I'll stay.
A bit yeah, we got another minute. No one showed up yet for the next year. So in light of this introduction that we gave now, the Matan Torah the Matan Torah is the revelation of Atzmos, whose place is in darkness, higher than all Giluyim. And I'm adding, and Asher Al Kain, therefore. The first expression of Atzmos is Tzimtzum, in Atzmos Kavayachol. So in light of all of that, Yisro will understand why we needed Yisro to come along and say, I now know that Abish is true. Dinik said the pasuk says, Shlomo Melech says, I saw that there's an advantage of wisdom of a foolishness, like the advantage of light of a darkness. After Rebbe Tanya asks the famous, obvious question. First of all, do you need Shlomo Melech to tell you that there's an advantage of wisdom of a foolishness? Every fool will tell you that. Even a fool will tell you. And secondly, it's so complex that you need a muscle to explain it. It's like the advantage of light of a darkness. So the pshat of here is the Yisro we're meaning not just the advantage of light compared to darkness, but the advantage of a light that comes from darkness. A light that comes from darkness transformed into light, that is a greater light than ordinary light. And he goes on to explain in the Maimer that Chochmah that comes from foolishness, is an incomparably greater Chochmah than Stam Chochmah. To be explained further in the Maimer when we learn it. Maybe you learn it with Levi. I actually want to start, when I come back, I want to start the Hadran of Tavshin Lamed Hey, which there's going to be a huge, already started a big koch in the Maimer in that Hadran all over the world. It's 50 years since the Rebbe said it. Okay, so you'll do the Maimer, the Hemshech Levi. I'll ask him.
Finish it? Finish it? Finish the Mammon?
He'll finish it with you. Yeah, I'll ask him. Beautiful Maimer, beautiful Maimer.